Ladies and gentlemen, this is the day I've been waiting for several months since I pre-ordered this. The Sonic X DC Power vs. Speed pack. I cannot wait to get this open. So let's just take a look at the box. So over here we got JAKKS on the side. And over here, ignore that. We got Batman Shadow, we got Flash Sonic, we got Green Lantern Silver. And then on this side of the box, we got Green Lantern Silver, Flash Sonic, Batman Shadow, and Darkseid. And on the other side, we got a cool little picture right there. Bottom's just pink, nothing special. And then we got the back. Darkseid, we got Shadow, we got Silver, we got Sonic. Let's just get this open. I cannot wait, dude. Also, real quick, I've never bought like a big box like this, like a giant one, so I'm gonna pull this out. We're gonna do the try me thing for Shadow.
Wow.
Oh, that's actually cool. Alright, here we go. So, I'm going to review the figures starting with my least favorite all the way to my favorite. Please ignore the print in the background, hopefully that's not too loud. But anyway, so first off, we got Darkseid. Now, I'm not saying this is a horrible figure or anything, I just don't really know who this guy is. I mean, I know who he is, but like, I've never really been into DC, so I'm obviously going to like the Sonic characters more. But overall, this is an insanely good figure, so let's just go over the articulation. So, obviously he's got his head turned like that, and it can kind of actually tilt down just a tiny little bit. And then the arm can go all the way around, can go up, probably to about there-ish. And yeah, he does actually have butterfly joints, so that's definitely cool. And then he's got this joint right here, which is actually awesome. And you can make him like do this. So he's got way more posability than most JAKKS specific figures, I would say. But yeah, then he's got that nice elbow joint, which is like a double jointed joint, kinda. But can bend there. I think you can bend it even further, maybe not. Yep. You can bend it in like that and like that. That's really cool. And then he's got the wrist, of course. No opening and closing hands, which I'm perfectly fine with. Not really a necessity for something like this. But he's got a torso crunch. I think he can kind of turn. He's got like a double torso. Like this turns, but so does this. So it's like two separate parts, which is actually really cool. Okay, now let's get onto the legs. So I think it's pretty similar to all the other figures. Forward, back, you got the knee, same double jointed joints, which is really cool. And then he can actually swivel. There's a swivel up there, like up here, and then there's a swivel down here. And he's got ankle rockers, which is actually really nice, and they go really far. Like really far. So yeah, that is definitely really good articulation. Alright, next figure. So I'm going to rate these guys. So I'm going to give this one like an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's definitely a really good figure. It is definitely really cool. Alright, on to the next one. We got Batman's Shadow, which the reason I'm putting this one, I do like it more than the Sonic, but it doesn't have all the articulation, and he's kind of chonky for some reason, but, I mean, we all know why. It's because of this.
Wow.
You've got to have room for that. Battery and stuff. And all that, which he also lacks articulation compared to the other figures, so let's just go over it right now. So, he's got the head. I think it probably goes all the way around, yeah. And then he's got the cape, which is actually really cool because it's separate. It's a separate piece from the body and the head, so it's like they had the peg, put the cape on, and then put the head on. It's almost like a Lego figure, like Lego, how they do that. But yeah, you can move his head, and his cape is separate, so that's definitely really cool. And then he's got the arms that can go up about here, down here. Of course, they can go around and stuff. And he's got like a swivel too. Then he's got the elbow, and then he's got the wrist swivel, and then he's got the joint there, and of course we got the hand joint. Again, Darkseid was lacking that, which is completely fine. And then we got the leg joints, which these are also very, very similar, basically the same articulation as the movie figures. So you're going to be getting really high quality figures right here. Oops, I just pressed that. Anyway, so the legs do that. They also kind of look kind of a thin peg in there. I'm afraid it's going to fall out or something, but I don't think it will. We got a swivel, and then of course we got the knee joint, which I like this little guard thing. They actually got that. It works pretty well. And then we got the ankle rockers, of course. So they don't go quite as far as Darkseid's, but that's perfectly fine. And of course, again, JAKKS. What are you guys doing? Like, they're making like the yellow. This is yellow. This should be gold. All the yellow parts should be gold. Like even the belt, all this, and the light is kind of gold, honestly. But I mean, it's a light. So, but yeah, I think this one. I think I'd have to give him. I think probably like an 8.5 as well, just because he's lacking articulation, which it's not that bad because now he has a light, and I actually really like the light. So I think I'm actually giving him a 9 out of 10. And I do actually really like Batman Shadow, so it's a really cool figure overall. I like the color difference. There's purple on the cape on this side and on this side. And also, it's plastic, so that's really nice. Also very similar to Neo Metal Sonic's cape. It's basically like the same material. So next one, we got Flash Sonic, which this is actually really cool. I really like this idea. It's just Flash Sonic. You know, speedy DC character meets speedy Hedgehog. I feel like it's literally perfect. Anyways, let's go over the articulation. So his head is now on a ball, which the light up shadow is not on a ball because it's got its limitations with its cords and stuff, which I feel like they could have still done this just because there's nothing in his head. I don't think. Which is, yeah, whatever. But anyway, so his head's on a ball joint. His arm go up, down, and this guy has butterfly joints, unlike the light up shadow. And he's got that same swivel up here, separate from that joint, and then he's got the elbow joint, and then he's got the wrist swivel, and the joint, oops, and the joint, which is very tight. You can see it. There's a joint right there, but it's very tight. Anyway, but he's got the hand joint. Mine feels like it's going to snap off. It's probably fine, though. And then another thing that the Light Up Shadow lacks is the torso. The chest articulation. He's got a crunch. He can turn around and stuff. Yeah, pretty nice. And then he's got the kick forward. He's got the kick back. There's a swivel right there. There's a knee joint. And, of course, we got the rockers. This is a pretty nice figure, honestly. This one is really cool. So I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. I think it's literally this is probably the best Sonic the Hedgehog figure we've ever gotten. This is literally so good. Even though it's not just modern Sonic, like I personally like this one more than the movie one just because I prefer modern over movie by far. And last, but most certainly not least because it's my favorite, we got Green Lantern Silver. I've wanted this guy for so long. When I first saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get him. this is probably the greatest silver figure we've ever gotten, ever. Along with the Sonic one. I feel like these are all insanely good figures. But anyway, let's go over the articulation. So he's got the same head peg as Sonic, which is really good, especially when you realize that this old silver has this weird little nub. So he can only do this with his head. Some people have been cutting it off and stuff. I'm just like, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't really care that much. This one, he can go all the way around. So that's literally perfect. And then we got the arm. Whoa. The arm. And then there's the swivel up there. And we got the elbow. We got the wrist swivel. And the joint, which I'm still having trouble with doing. It's super tight. Anyway, he's also got the torso. You can turn like that and crunch a little bit. Barely at all, but it's there. And then, of course, the kick forward, kick back. We got the swivel up here. Actually, I think we have... Oh, wow. This just looks kind of different from the other figures just because he's got really tall boots. Now he's got knee joint. And then he's got, of course, the ankle rockers. This actually moves farther than Sonic's, I think, which is really cool. I can't wait to make a custom with this. I'm hoping to make like a modern silver. Like just this, but just normal silver. And then with the Sonic, I'm hoping to make like a modern Sonic and a dark spine maybe. But yeah, I also really like this. He's got the power ring, which is really cool. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite. Dude, 11 out of 10. This is probably my favorite figure that JAKKS has ever made. This is such a good figure. Also, this is me from the future after the recording of the video. I just thought this was really cool. These guys are like really solid, like their plastic is really solid. He's got like a hollow kind of torso, but that's just because of that. But like all these guys feel like 4-inch figures and not like this one, because this one's kind of like a hollow or cheaper plastic. Same with the Prime figures, where this guy is kind of more similar to the 4 inches too. But yeah, these guys are just really quality. They feel good. They feel like they're really high quality. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. You guys know exactly what time it is. It's pose time. I'm here to go beyond my limit, not to compromise. And you can tell me if I mean it, looking in my eyes. Cause I've been waiting for my moment to strike. So come close, let me show you what it's like. Yeah, you can try to stand in my path, but you're gonna regret it. I'll be the one who laughs last while I'm making my exit. Cause this is only for the strong of heart, not if you get it. And no matter what the outcome, you better accept it. I can cut like the shell, I can bury the flag. So look down for a second, just get out of my way. I'm not letting it go. So take this as a lesson, cause it's all that we know. Will the whole world know your name? When we dance with destiny. These are, without a doubt, the greatest figures we've ever gotten from JAKKS Specific. Opinions may vary, but I think these are the best. This is personally my favorite figure ever now, because this is the greatest silver figure we have. Just look at it. And just joints, everything, he's so posable, everything. It's just perfect. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and catch you later. Peace out.